So good evening. So before we want to start this session, that is what part modeling. So let us go for three important terms here. So I think we have discussed these three terms in introduction of CATIA classes. Okay. First term is future-based modeling. Okay. So it's the smallest building block. Okay. So in your modeling, so that can be edited. Modified or altered at any time. So it is smallest building block that may be edited, modified at any stage. Okay. So if any software supports this kind of editing, uh, then we can term it as an future-based modeling software. Now this the block may be often associated with another block. Okay, either it may be directly or indirectly. So you can edit at any stage. That is what future based modeling. Next one is an parametric modeling. So parametric modeling is what if you want to modify the size and a shape of any feature at any stage. Suppose if you have an flange coupling, so if you want to go for 8 number of holes at flange, you can go for 8 number of holes. Suppose if you want to modify, you can just modify those 8 number of holes into 6 number of holes. That is what parametric modeling. So now this parametric modeling is considered for editing purpose without disturbing the other features. Okay, without disturbing the other features. Next is what a bidirectional associativity. Okay, so as we're making the modification, let us take an example. If you have an one block, okay, so I'll go for example here. So I have a one block here. Okay, so now this block is what it is modeled. Okay, and this is has to be assembled. Okay, then this has to be converted into drafting. How many workbenches it is related? It is related to part, it is related to assembly, it is related to drafting. Okay. So now this bidirectional associativity so means if we make any modification on that particular component, that is going to be reflected, that modification is going to be reflected in every workbench. That is what, if you make a modification in modeling, let us take an example. Now diameter of this is 50 mm. Okay, right? Earlier stage you made a model with the diameter as a 50 mm. Okay. Now as the diameter is 50 mm, so you are going to make an assembly with the same dimension. What happens? It is going to represent 50 mm here in assembly also. Okay. Next, it is going to replicate the same dimension, that is what 50 mm in drafting also, right? So what happens, due to some alterations, you need to modify that dimensions. You need to modify that dimensions. Let us take, now this 50 has to be changed to 60. Okay. Now automatically it is going to be reflected 60 in assembly as well as in drafting. Okay. This is what bidirectional associativity. Right. Now one more thing. Suppose if you want to understand the complete concept of how the modeling are going to be created in a software, so you can refer the CAD book by Ibrahim Jeet. Okay, you can refer the CAD book Ibrahim Jeet. Okay, now let us go for the modeling here. So you can say it as an part design. You can say it is an part design. Okay? So now this part design consists of a lot of features. It consists of lot of features. Okay? So I'll just list out main features. Now I'll go for first the sketch-based features here. First, I'll go for sketch-based features. Example, pad in CATIA. Okay. Next, it is a pocket. Next, it is what a shaft. Next, a rib. Next, a loft. Groove. And you will get multiple pad. Multiple pad. You will get multiple pocket. So now all these features are sketch based. Sketch based means, suppose if you want to go for pad, you must draw a sketch. If you want to go for using the pocket, you must draw a sketch. If you want to go for shaft, first you need to draw the sketch. That is what sketch based features. Okay? In general meaning. In general meaning. So now today I'll concentrate on this pad as well as pocket. Today we'll study these two tools. One is what a pad, another one is pocket. Now for your better understanding, I'll make a comparison here. Now this is what in CATIA. Already I've done a solid edge. Already I've done a solid edge. Now pad means it is a protrusion. Okay. Okay. Pad means it is a protrusion. Pocket means a cut. Okay. Pocket means a cut. Okay. Pocket means it is an open space. General. Okay. So pad means it is just like an stub or a solid. Okay. Right. I'm just going in a comparison to understand you very quickly. Pad, it is similar to protrusion option what you are used in solid edge. Pocket, it is in CATIA, so it is similar to the cut option. Okay. I hope you got idea what is the meaning of pad. You just protruding the components in a perpendicular direction with respect to the sketch. With respect to the sketch. Let us take an example here. So now I want to draw a T section here. I want to model a T section. Okay. Right. So now if you want to model this T section, first you need to draw this T shape based on orientation, how it has to be look, whether t has to be looked in a front view or whether it has to be looked in a side view, right? So once you got the sketch, now you need to go for a protrusion. Protrusion means you just look out here. It's going to be extruded. It's going to be extruded, right? It is going to be extruded. So here also same. You need to select a sketch plane on which you want to draw the diagram. Then you go for sketch. Okay. You need to click on finish in solid gel, but here you need to go for exit sketcher. You need to go for exit sketcher. Then you are going to get an options here whether you want to make a pad in both direction. That is what symmetry. That is what symmetry in solid edge. Here in CATIA it is going to for a mirror extent. Okay, it is going to for mirror extent. Okay. Let us go for modeling of this T section itself first. Let us notify it as a 20 mm. It has a 20 mm. So this is what 120 mm. So height is how much? Let us take this as a 80 mm. Okay. Now thickness of this T section is to be 20 mm. Okay. Right. I'll go for modeling of this T section first. Right. Click on start, mechanical design, part design. Now we'll click on sketcher here. We'll click on sketch. The thing is that you can initially draw the sketch, right? Or you can go for first feature. Now we'll go for a pad feature. Then you can select the sketch option here. You can select the sketch option. Let us go here. Now we'll go for pad option. Okay. Now just look out the pad definition here. Type is dimension. Okay. So based on dimension, up to next, up to last, up to plane, up to surface, you're going to get these things when you have an complicated objects. Okay. Complicated objects. Okay. So let us go for first dimension. So what is the length? We need to extrude in 20. How are you going to select the profile? Selection, there is no any selection here. What I'll do, now we'll click on the sketch icon here. Okay, I will click on this sketch icon. Right now, I will select this front plane. Now you have entered into sketcher environment. Now you just double click on profile. Now draw the profile here. How you can just go for placing the values. Height is 80 mm. Right. Angle is 90. Sorry. Right. Angle is 90. Now, right, you can provide the distance, okay, or you can go for the value. Now 120 minus 20, here it is minus 50, okay. Height is 100, right. So we made a mistake. So now it has to be 80. You need to, I'll draw 1 second here, okay. So because the placement of coordinates you must calculate earlier, otherwise you go on specifying the distance here. Now it is 80, angle is 90. angle is 90. Okay. Now we'll provide this direction on left hand side. Now distance is how much? 50. Angle is 180. Okay. Now we'll provide on top side. Now it is length is 20. Angle is 90. Right. Now overall distance is 120. Angle is 0. Next, this length is 20. I will go for minus 90. Okay. Next, length is 50. I will go for 180. Length is 80. Angle is minus 90. Right. Now, the specifying the dimensions and the directions are same. If you remember the first introduction class of computer-aided machine drawing, every CAD softwares are going to be work on the same rule. That is what right hand rule. Now I completed here. Okay. Now I completed. Now we click on this exit workbench icon. Right. Now what is the distance here? 20. Suppose if you want to extend on both sides with respect to the selected plane, you just click on mirror extend. Mirror extend. Suppose if you want to change dimensions, let us go for 40. Now in this case, if you have option, you can go for preview. If it is correct, then you say OK. If you want to modify, modify here. Okay. This is clear? Pad. Okay. Now, suppose if you want to remove the material, let us go for, I want to make a hole here. I want to make a hole. Now click here, go for pocket. Now I'll go for sketch here. Okay. Now I'll select this face of T section. Click. Okay. Then you go for circle. Then you exit. Now we'll go in a one direction. Okay. Go for preview. Go for preview. Okay. Now it is not gone for 100%. You just increase the distance. How much distance it is? 40. Okay. Click on tab. Now you go for preview. So to make a rotation of your model, hold control key. First you hold centermost button, then you hold on control key. Okay. You will get a 3D rotation. You will get 3D rotation. Right. Otherwise, I think view toolbar is missing. My view toolbar is missing. Let it. You can just go for view. Okay. Then you select rotate. Okay. Then you select rotate. Okay. Then view, fit all. Okay. View. Then you can zoom in, zoom out. Just click on reset compass or rest down. Okay. Not possible. Okay. Now you just go for named views. Click on okay. ISO. Apply. Okay. If you want to go for front, click on front. Then you say okay. Okay, meeting will end for all participants in 5 minutes. Okay. So now I'll close the session because they have limited 45 minutes of usage from 1st July. So I'll share some components videos in WhatsApp group as well as YouTube. You just refer. Okay.